This is the trade review for the 8th of April 2022. I took two trades. It was a late session on a Friday, and I took a short on Apple from S3. I had it as an inside day, but at the open, it kind of behaved like an outside day. It broke down from S4. So we had a very bearish action and very bearish ladder to the downside at the time. So mm, we were consolidating here on S3 and we got a lot of volume, but it was a doji and we had a lot of selling pressure. So my plan at the time, my trade plan was to make a short at S3 at the 5 minute and the 1 minute break, which I think is was fairly reasonable. But it failed. The market gained some strength and it pulled back up to stop me out. And it's very unfortunate because it did happen this way, but the price action was very choppy. You can see it here. It did drop. It failed to create an. It failed to go higher and higher as an inside day, so it used S3 as a level of resistance. But you can tell here that there was no way I was gonna be able to take the trade unless I broke one of my rules. So I could have made an entry here at the 1 minute break, but the 5 minute it's very hard to read. So that's not my setup. I took this trade because I noticed that the level 2 was very bearish, but I got out as soon as I could because it didn't make sense for me to take such a trade. So that's my Apple trade. I waited, I looked around, and I kind of lost my marbles. I was looking at Oxy for a reversal, but it never manifested. And then I searched around, and Apple again, nothing was offered. I looked at AMD. Didn't offer a good entry here. It was very extended, so I wanted to wait for a pullback, but the market was very bearish. So we dropped very heavily, and I didn't want to make an entry after being super extended on the 5 minute, because usually what happens is the stock pulls back and stops you out. This is a bad trip. This is just a test trade that I took after finishing with my day. But the second trade I took after looking around, I added this stock because it was very similar to AMD. But that is fine. I did the analysis, and we have S3 here, which is a very strong bullish signal, which is a very strong level of support. But I made my entry here in anticipation of the break of S4. Technically it was at the 1 minute and at the 5 minute, but it's not a correct setup because we didn't break S4, and breaking S4 it's very important because you don't know if it's gonna act as support. And you can see here is it rejected it, and now it's coming back down. So now it could have offered a better entry here later on, and I could have taken it, but I didn't. I did it in anticipation, so that's not a very good trade. So I'm gonna try to do my trade review here. Where do I do it? I'll do it here. What's going on? This is gonna be first my Apple trade. It was a short trade. it was an inside. Um, I believe it was bearish. Opening price was inside, yes. It's 0.8. No. Entry expression, yes. Yes. We did have. Yes, psychological grade. I was an A. No, really. Um, we did meet most criteria. But I'm gonna give it a B because we were trading a short from S3. Those are very difficult. Now, my trade on MU. I'm a break. Yes. We did have some stacks. Okay, this is C. So the first Apple trade wasn't so bad, but um, the MU trade was done in anticipation, so I ran out of patience. So I waited a long time. So it was a long session, but it is what it is. Still very good attempt. I will talk more about it on my daily review.